So I found this clip on YouTube, and it's about a YouTuber named Lilly Gaddis, and she's a far-right conservative, podcaster, YouTuber, whatever. And recently she made some really, really bad choices as far as going blackface on Halloween and did a video on it. And she really got a lot of backlash on it. And now YouTube has nuked her channel, or basically said, you know what? We don't want this crap on our platform, so we're going to demonetize you. And thank God they did. You know what I'm saying? Thank God, because when I first saw her video, it made me cringe. Let's get to her video talking about she got nuked from YouTube.
And slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater. I promise I have not gained weight. Well, maybe a little bit. It is the day after Thanksgiving. We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today. So not our usual content, but the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't just say that. Like, what makes you think you have a right to even say something like that? Like, honestly, like, what makes you think you have a right to even say that word? Like, you know what, though? I'm starting to realize that white folk are, I know you're privileged, but it's getting to the point where it's just like blatant disrespect now.
They're trying to keep a real nigga down. That's what they're trying to do because they cannot handle the truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about certain things, if you're raising racial awareness, let's say, if you are, heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you or smear your name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You did this to your freaking self. Like, honestly, I didn't know who the hell you were at first. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a couple of people say stuff about you on social media. I didn't really pay no attention because, first of all, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, you're a freaking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, the reason why you got deplatformed is for what you did. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, you got the freedom of speech and all this, and you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people like you don't have a mindset to even think outside the box. You know what I'm saying? What you did with that blackface is what got you canceled. Certain things you can't do. That's like me, you know what I'm saying, doing something that's anti-Asian or anti-Jewish. I know for a fact they would deplatform me. You thinking that you could do anything you want because you're a Becky, you think you could do anything you want. That's the problem.
The dog's screaming to be let in. So I'm babysitting my mom's dog while she's away. She had to go down to stay with her sister for Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm doing today. He looks quite awkward and uncomfortable. He doesn't like to be held. He's so awkward. He's the worst cuddler. He's such a cute dog, but you can't cuddle with him. So to get back to the video, the cancellation cycle, they try to defame you. They try to take away your platform. When they can't take away your platform or get you banned, then they will take away your means of funding the project. They will demonetize you so that you cannot make the money that's necessary to continue putting out the content. If they can't stop you then, well, then they try to either jail you or ruin your life through lawfare, or like what's happening to Candace Owens, maybe even put out a hit on your life. Well, I am in the middle phase right now. I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income. Like, so now I'm just making videos for free, and I have the electricity bill for all the billions of lights that's in here. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, now he looks like he's dying.
You know why you got demonetized? You got demonetized because, first of all, when you do certain things on the platform, remember, Google owns YouTube, and YouTube is owned by Google. Like I said, it's a publicly traded company, and you can't do certain things on YouTube that you think you can do, because at the end of the day, they got shareholders who need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to be the type of person that, okay, we can't put AdSense on there. That's how you made your money. You made your money off AdSense. And when you made those type of videos talking about black women and having the black face and all this other crap that I've seen, because I went through your channel, watched a couple of your videos, and I was like, hold on. This chick can't be this goddamn dumb. She can't be this dumb. She can't be this stupid, yo. But then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? She can't be that stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't think YouTube is going to look at your channel and say, hold on. We let it slide for a minute, but now you're getting a little bit too cocky, because you start to get a lot of views and you start to get people to really agree with what you're saying, and now you're getting a little cocky. We know that you're not the brightest. You know, they're not the brightest light in the room. You're not the sharpest blade in the cabinet. But at the end of the day, let's see what else you got to say.
I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, get down. Just stop whining at the door. Yeah, lay down right there. You got to pay for the equipment. You still have to pay for the people who make the thumbnails. You got a lot of bills to do, aside from the builds of natural life there. So yes, I have officially been demonetized on YouTube, which was my sole form of income. Aside from a few tiny little outlets here and there, YouTube was my main money maker. And I'm kind of stupid. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't plan ahead. I live in the moment. I put it all out there. I'm an open book. I live with my heart on my sleeve. You know, if I say something, I mean it. I couldn't censor myself. I refused to censor myself. It's just impossible. I really tried. I really tried my best. Believe it or not, what you saw on YouTube was the vanilla me. It was like the vanilla of the vanilla.
And if that's the vanilla you, I hate to see the real you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's vanilla? Like, why would you go on YouTube? And this is a teaching moment for y'all folks. Why would you go on YouTube and they tell you before you make a page, there are certain guidelines you have to follow on YouTube. And you thought because you were the chosen one that you could do whatever you want on YouTube. YouTube doesn't care who you are. YouTube doesn't care. Because at the end of the day, you get more and more complaints against your channel. This is what happened. And I'm glad you got demonetized. So now you can go to McDonald's and peddle some fries and peddle some Big Macs. That's what you can go ahead and do.
I tried my best, but they want to keep a real down, okay? And that's what they're doing. So, all of that to say, we will persist. The truth will prevail. These people think, and in all seriousness now, these people think that if you take away people's form of income, if you ban them off of platforms, for I'm sure I will be banned on YouTube soon, they think that can stop the truth. Well, it can't stop people's eyeballs, okay? So even if there was not a single podcaster in the world talking about these sorts of things, you see it for yourself. You've experienced it for yourself. You feel a fear about walking around in the streets that you pay for. You feel fear to get on a train, despite the fact that your taxpayer money goes to pay for that train, because it's dangerous in society. We just happen to be talking about it. We're just not lying. We're just telling the truth.
The problem is that people do fear going around and doing all these things and things of that nature. But when it's all one-sided, when you say it's just one race of people doing it, that's the issue that most people have. Because I don't want to get into the weeds of this, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, you know, as much as because your channel's been demonetized. But let's talk. Matter of fact, let's talk about it. You talk about black folk like all black folks are evil. That's the problem. That's the issue. White on white crime is huge, but you don't talk about that. You don't talk about the white man when he does something to the white woman, but as soon as the black man does something to a white woman, it's world page news, which I mean, it's 1 in a million. But how many times have you talked about white on white crime? See, I know why women like this do this, because the algorithm pushes it. It pushes that negative narrative out there. The only thing is it'll push it, but you can't go but so far, because YouTube at the end of the day is a business. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and end it on this. Kudos to YouTube for doing the right thing. I hope they permanently ban her ass. I hope they do, because at the end of the day, she needs it. And more people like this need it, because they think because now you're in a more or less cancel culture society, you can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want because you got the guy in the White House and all this. You think you're more free to say whatever you want. But these corporate businesses, they know at the end of the day, it's all about almighty dollar. And if you stop their almighty dollar, they're going to make sure that your ass is out of here. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. It's your boy Jay here with another video. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Had to talk about this story because it was all on my feed. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.